I guess he's just obsessed with me.
No. Next, Joy's going to say she's never heard of carbs. Seriously, her denial of knowing me is as believable as her red hair. But obsession? I mean, come on, Joy. Where would you even get that idea? It's looking worse and worse by the day. More full of crap than Joy Behar after a night of scotch at Taco Bell. Her being named Joy is like me being named ugly. Joy wasn't there on the show. Apparently Mondays are her days off when she feeds in the pasture. It now smells like a humid day inside Joy Behar's moo-moo. The motives stink worse than Joy Behar's jog bra. I mean, assuming she jogs. Oh, wait, there she is.
Joy Behar showed up with opinions. Greg Gutfeld showed up with ammo. From the moment he opened his mouth, it wasn't a debate. It was a takedown. With razor-sharp wit and savage precision, Gutfeld tore through her arguments like paper in a hurricane. Behar tried to keep up, but every comeback landed like a brick wall. The audience? Shocked, cheering, hooked. This wasn't politics. It was a masterclass in domination. Gutfeld didn't just win, he obliterated.
In tonight's View on the View, here's Joy Behar calling young Republicans dumb.
This business about the aging that keeps coming up and talking about the young generation. The young generation of Republicans are dumb. You've got that. Green, you've got, wait a second, Lauren Bubblehead, Matt Gaetz. But you have all these people who went along with the insurrection, who believe that Trump won. Oh, Marjorie's out there. Oh, Trump won by a landslide. They're liars, and they are the new generation of the Republican Party.
Joy sure loves running her mouth. She should. But she should. It's the only running she does.
It only takes one swing from Joy Behar to spark a Gutfeld-level comeback, and this time, she handed him the perfect setup. Like clockwork, she launched into one of her usual rants, casually painting conservatives as brainless fog dwellers stumbling through life. It wasn't bold. It wasn't new. It was Behar being Behar, loud, smug, and begging for a reality check. And Greg, he was already sharpening the knife.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
Jesse was a 7.
Joy Behar calls her a 10. I mean, how dare she objectify a woman with a sexist rating system, but it's such a typical thing from a 1.5.
For Joy, the rant had become an art form, or at least a loud little hobby she couldn't quit. But this time, Gutfeld wasn't in the mood to let it slide. No shouting, no theatrics, just that cool, calculated calm, like a man rearranging bad ideas in a crooked room. He wasn't angry, he was amused, because Joy's statement wasn't just offensive, it was lazy. So cliche, it might as well be stamped on a tote bag in some overpriced Brooklyn coffee shop. But here's the thing, Gutfeld doesn't do slogans, he does takedowns.
Did you watch the whole thing or just the parts that I sent you?
I watched it. Obviously, just the parts that you said. Did I watch a whole episode of The View?
No woman can do that unless you're stupid. But
I have a job.
Here's the thing. How can they call themselves progressives when they keep saying that nothing has progressed? Then it's on them.
Right. I just wish I could have, what I would have watched if I could, would have been Joy Behar watching that.
Yes.
And being like, I totally made the right call. It was not an accident that they had him there on her day off.
Yes.
While Joy Behar basks in studio lighting and applause on demand, Gutfeld painted a much grittier picture, one with real people, real jobs, and real stakes. He drew a sharp line between those who toss opinions from cushy TV panels and those who show up every day to fix broken schools, fight rising crime, and keep local economies from collapsing. No applause, no cue cards, just results. Gutfeld didn't claim conservatives are perfect, but he torched the idea that they're stupid. If someone's actually solving problems, what's so dumb about that? Then came the twist. What if Joy had to live in one of those towns she sneers at? Just a week. Picture it. Behar at a town hall meeting, lost in aisle 9 looking for almond cheese, frozen at a gas pump, jaw dropped at diesel prices. Suddenly, the punchline wasn't her rant. It was the reality she's never had to face.
Of course, there's as much a chance that Trump will be impeached as there is a Joy Behar ever seeing her feet. Washington Post ran a fluff bomb celebrating centrist Democrat women going gaga over their resumes, mom energy, and group chat chemistry. But in this journalistic stroke job, not a single policy position was mentioned, which is weird. That's like doing a profile on me and not mentioning my many bodybuilding awards. Thank you.
It wasn't just a clapback, it was a reality check wrapped in comedy. Gutfeld painted a picture Joy Behar would never dare to visit. Actual America. Not the studio, not the echo chamber. The towns where opinions aren't scripted and real people live real lives. He didn't need to shout, just smirk as he dismantled her TV tough take. If you've never left your bubble, maybe don't lecture the ones who have. Then came the twist. What if Joy had to face the people she mocks? A mechanic, a farmer, a homeschooling mom balancing bills. Would she still call them ignorant? Gutfeld wasn't done. He imagined the ultimate crossover. Joy meets reality. No cue cards, no glam team, just one mission: survive a week in the world she claims to understand. Spoiler, she wouldn't make it past the parking lot.
Well, she had that one Halloween where she went as Diana Ross and she felt she was treated differently.
You know, I also just... He also came off as just extremely likable.
Yeah.
I know that they booed him when they heard certain things, but it was hard to watch that and get mad at him or think he's a jerk. So I think maybe being in an environment like that could make somebody very irritated beyond the ability to do that, but he really pulled it off.
What did you make of it?
Gutfeld didn't just crack a joke, he cracked the mask. Try explaining inflation without interpretive dance, he quipped, slicing through the noise. But beneath the humor was a hard truth. Mocking different views isn't satire, it's selective blindness. Joy Behar wasn't just rude, her take was built on assumptions flimsy enough to fold under one real question. Gutfeld didn't shout, he dismantled, one line at a time. Progress, he reminded us, isn't handed out by talk shows or backed by applause. It's earned, tested, and often uncomfortable. And when people treat disagreement like danger, maybe the real emergency is their inability to handle reality.
Joy Behar, the comedian that inspired me to be a cab driver. She proved yet again how dumb she really is on The View when she pointed out that people in East Palestine voted for Trump. Roll this.
I don't know why they would ever vote for him, for somebody who, by the way, he placed someone with deep ties to the chemical industry in charge of the EPA's Chemical Safety Office. That's who you voted for in that district. Donald Trump, who reduces all safety.
Ooh, you can hear the audience gasp. God, The View's so bad I'd rather watch Jerry Nadler do naked jumping jacks.
It started off like comedy, but Gutfeld turned it into a reckoning. He imagined Joy Behar face to face with someone working 2 jobs just to keep the lights on. No cameras, no applause, just truth. Would she still mock them? Still claim they're holding society back while they're holding their families together? The joke faded. The reality hit. Behar's arguments didn't fall apart because Gutfeld got loud. They fell apart because they were built on air. And when he rapped, it wasn't noise. It was clarity. If your only move is calling the other side dumb, maybe you're not debating, maybe you're dodging. And Gutfeld, he didn't need to yell. He just dropped the truth and walked off.
No, she wouldn't have. Yeah, she's just there. She's just basically inherited that spot. Maybe they can't move her. Yeah, that could be. That could be it.
Fossilized.
Yes, it's like she's grown into it. Like those people that they find on sofas and they're like stuck. They have to take and they find the remote control in a fold.
She's a tree person.
She's a tree person, Kat. She's a tree. Shouldn't it, when somebody says something like these people are dumb, shouldn't there be an app that then like connects these people together and they have to prove that they're smarter?
Behar's comment didn't just miss. It got quietly shredded and returned in pieces. No yelling, no drama, just surgical takedown. Gutfeld didn't need fire, just sunlight. And just when it seemed he was done, he squeezed one last drop from the Behar lemon. Because when the moment's this right, you don't walk away. You pour it on everything. He imagined Joy taking his advice. No script, no glam, just her and a rental car headed for small town America. First stop, a diner in Kansas. No kombucha, no gold-dusted toast, just coffee, biscuits, and Darlene, who's been serving truth longer than Joy's been recycling takes.
And this has got to stink, you know, because Joy Behar, she's lashing out at Gen Z for acting like the economy left them behind.
They feel left behind by the economy, and they also see everybody trying to not age. So that they
Please, get a job.
No, but they have jobs.
No, they have to work multiple jobs.
There's a million jobs or job openings in this
life
country.
is so
Get a
important.
job.
Talk to any of our
They've
staff.
also lived through a pandemic. They've lived through the worst of times. I'm raising 2 Gen Zers, so
Boo-hoo.
I want to just defend them a little bit.
Kind of makes you like Joy Behar for a second.
That'll never happen. I think Bigfoot expresses exactly the problem of so many entitled aging elites. I got mine, what's your problem? The problem is not everybody can be as talented and as beautiful as Joy Behar. Not everyone can have the glorious opportunity to shine on an intelligent vehicle like The View. But here's the deal.
Yep.
When I hear Joy Behar, I hear the dying gasp of a malicious, self-centered generation. I'll be dead soon.
Imagine Joy Behar stepping into small-town America. Eyebrows up, comfort zone gone. She orders a tofu scramble. Darlene slides her a laminated menu and says, "Sweetheart, scrambled means eggs." It all unravels from there. Gutfeld sketched the scene with perfect satire. Joy asking about coastal politics, met with talk of bills, tractors, and raising tough kids. She hunts for solar air fresheners, gets pointed to duct tape, no ring lights, no safe takes. The joke wasn't just funny, it was revealing. Behar's worldview doesn't just miss the mark, it mistrusts the very people it claims to protect, as if real Americans need TV approval before they think for themselves.
On The View.
Save it, dude.
She's on The View.
Totally.
Together they can't get 10 brain cells together.
Thank you.
Oh,
That's
God, she's an idiot clown in a fright wig. I think, Rob.
Yes.
Yes. I don't have a problem with anybody calling anybody dumb.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
By the way, I say worse things.
It's the kind of elitism that assumes nuance dies between the coasts. But here's the twist. Many of the places Behar mocks are thriving. Low crime, strong families, balanced budgets. Not flashy, just functional. Gutfeld imagined Joy in a small-town barbershop trying to explain why her rants matter more than school choice or food prices. One man offers her a chair and says, "We don't get cable out here, but we do get bills." That alone would short-circuit her script. Gutfeld wasn't just mocking her, he was exposing a mindset, one that mistakes airtime for insight and volume for value. This wasn't personal, it was precision. The punchline was the philosophy.
Kennedy, you talked about Joy and the nonsense that she'd said before. I think on this show.
Certainly, Greg.
If not,
I'm not going to shy away from this.
No, you're not.
We literally talk about anything else.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
No. The View, by the way, we have to say thank you to The View for providing us with it was a slow weekend for news, right? I had to do war. So The View just gave us like so much. Did you see it was on Fox all the time? It's like the Fox News went to the View buffet and just started scooping out, going back for more.
Greg Gutfeld didn't pounce, he calculated, while Joy Behar delivered another smug, studio-lit soliloquy packed with recycled sarcasm and zero self-awareness. Greg leaned back and let her talk, because that's the trick. He didn't need to shout her down. He just needed to wait, and when the moment came, he didn't attack. He unveiled, calmly, cleverly, and with a grin that said, "You walked into this one." He didn't throw labels or lob lazy insults. He didn't demand Joy be silenced. He invited her to keep talking, because the more she spoke, the more obvious it became. There was nothing underneath the performance but pre-approved outrage and talk show theatrics. Gutfeld exposed the real issue, not her volume, but her vacuum. The bright lights didn't illuminate truth. They highlighted the hollowness. Her mic may be loud, but he reminded viewers that noise isn't the same as knowledge. Applause isn't the same as insight. And when all you've got is attitude without answer, that spotlight turns from flattering to unforgiving. With every quip and quiet jab, Greg dismantled the illusion that arrogance equals intelligence. No meltdown, no mess, just a clean, calculated takedown served cold and sharp. He didn't destroy Joy Behar. He made her echo chamber echo back, empty.